the game we want to play. With hosts Ryan and Terry, it's Crokinole UK. Drain those open 20s, stack those buttons high. It's the greatest game on earth. Tune in and find out why. Hogan's Alley will get you in the mood. Don't go buying Crokinole from weirdos in the nude. Hogan's Alley, it's time to play the game. It's the greatest game on earth. Crokinole's its name.
Good morning, good evening, good day, good afternoon, whatever time of day it is, wherever you are in this world in 2026. Welcome back to Hogan's Alley. Ryan, Happy New Year and all that stuff, although technically it's a little bit late, but I've not seen your face this year yet, so I'll get that in.
Yeah, my frozen January face. It's been a cold one.
A little bit nippy.
It has. It's been a bit snowy. But there's still been hot crokinole happening. Hey, look at that.
Oh, I see what you did there. Red hot crokinole. Let's get back into it.
I think I might just leave now.
I think you've peaked. That's it.
Yeah. Cheers, everyone.
Hogan's Alley died 20th of January 2026 when Ryan peaked.
That sounds weird.
It does.
Yeah.
Intentionally.
Let's move on.
And it's not just the two of us here tonight, because by no popular opinion whatsoever, our mailbags have not been bursting. We have, of course, got the man himself that's been the butt of many a joke on Hogan's Alley, so we thought it's about time that he gets back on. Well, he gets the right of reply, really. If you've not figured it out yet, he's a man of many names. I like to think of him as the pantomime villain of Crokinole UK, the bad boy of Crokinole himself, Perfect James Temby. Jimmer, how you doing, buddy?
Hello, good evening, Terry. How lovely to be on the podcast. And hello, Ryan.
Yeah, welcome. No, it's good to have you at last.
I'm scared.
We kind of had an unwritten rule that you were never going to be included, but I feel like I think we reached the point where we're like, nah, we've got to get him on. It's also you've mellowed. You know, you're not quite. You're sort of like the lukewarm bad boy of Crokinole these days.
Well, I was always a self-proclaimed bad boy of Crokinole, and I've definitely softened since retiring. So yeah, there is that.
It happens to everyone, I think. Yeah, it's good to have you for sure. What are we looking at today?
Well, a little peek behind the curtain, I have to say, standing by in the wings when you did your big intro, I must let the listeners know we had quite a low energy, quite boring conversation before you press record. And then suddenly these pantomime characters spring to life on the podcast. It's very exciting.
They don't.
Very exciting.
I've got no idea what you're talking about. I feel like I've got the energy that I had when I was 18 every day. What are we looking at today anyway, Terry? What have we got on the list?
What are we looking at today? We're looking at a bit of a review of 2025, because this is our first episode of the new year. A bit of a look forward to what's going to be happening in Taunton, what the weekend after next is. It's coming up fast.
Yeah.
And also a quick look towards AireCon.
Exciting.
Which the next tour event in... I should know this off the top of my head, really, but it's in March, isn't it? It's in the middle of March.
Yeah, March 16th, I think.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, it'll be somewhere that weekend, whatever that date is.
Middle of March.
Look at us being professional.
Yeah.
So I always remember it. It's always around my birthday, actually, which is the 11th. So it's one I always remember.
Like how you got your little hint in there to a global audience.
Yeah. Well. So
if anyone's wanting to send them a birthday card, then
it's the 14th. There you go. The 14th of March in Harrogate at AireCon. Yeah, that'll be fun. It'll be fun to talk about that, because that's one of my favourite events, I think. So that'll be fun.
It should be good. So it's 2025. It feels like
last year.
January 25 was ages ago. A lot longer than a year ago. Why is that the case?
I think we did a lot, just looking. We'll talk about St Albans, I guess, in some detail following this. But
we've got that to review as well. Jeez.
Yeah. No. I think
better get cracking.
I think looking at 2025, though, when you actually look at what was going on, event-wise, Crokinole-wise, and just it kind of felt like everything sort of stepped up, didn't it, to a new level of interest, more events, bigger events. Obviously, we had our largest ever event in 2025, so that was great.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just felt like everything sort of went up another gear, didn't it? It was, and I think that's probably why it felt like a longer year, not in a bad way, just that there was a lot going on, which made it more interesting and more exciting.
Yeah, you could be right there. I'm struggling to remember, like, even back to what would be the first tour event of last year. So that'd be AireCon.
It would have been AireCon, but I ran my first of my small events in Poole in Dorset in January.
God, of course, you did the Retro Cave.
Yeah, at the Retro Cave, which James actually came to.
I did. Okay.
Yeah.
I did. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. That was a really fun afternoon, actually, because it was super chilled. There was a lot of first-time players there, but that was a really fun kind of format and a really, really chill. It was just really good vibes. Like the group that was there was just spot on. It was a really good. That was actually one of my favorite small events, just because it was so. Yeah, it was, as they'd say, the vibes were immaculate. It just felt like a really good. It just felt like a really good day, and everyone seemed to have a really nice time. James is struggling to remember it.
I'll let you into a secret of how my mind works. I suffer from something called aphantasia, so I struggle to see images in my head. So when you talk about the pool tournament, I don't see anything in my head, so I cannot latch onto any memory of it at all, other than you tell me I was there, which is quite frustrating. Who won it? Was it?
It was George.
There?
You played George in the final.
In the final? I do remember that. Yeah, I do remember that. Yep. Yeah, I do remember that.
There's actually coverage of that match on the Tracy Boards Crokinole channel.
Yeah, and you've just reminded me. I seem to remember I played him in the round robin bit or whatever it was, and he destroyed me. I think he beat me 8-0. It might have been a couple of times, and then somehow I made a bit of a fist of it in the final. But he was by far the better player.
Yeah, I think that gave us a little window into George's improvement. And think because when he went on to perform really well at future events, it kind of came as a surprise to some players. But I think because we'd seen him play the way he did there, I don't think it was as much of a surprise to us, because obviously he had an exceptional year, became the UK champion. But that kind of didn't really shock me. And there were elements of his play which were noticeably, even at that point, like massively improved. And he just got better throughout the year, I think.
Yeah, so, he was good then. He is much better now.
Yeah,
he's definitely one of the top players, obviously.
Yeah. No, that was a fun day though. So that was kind of where the year started from my front, and then we had AireCon, didn't we, Terry?
We did,
which was it was good as well. And that was the first event that we had sponsorship with boards from Steve.
Yes, it was. Yeah. I'm having a brief moment of clarity. That was the first time that Steve Mellors. I can't remember if I approached him or he approached us.
Probably a healthy bit of both.
Probably, yeah. Or let's just say, we collaborated.
It's collaboration, yeah.
And so that was the first time the Meeplewood or Play Crokinole boards, as I think they've become, were used at a tour event, and they were okay there. Although there was some feedback about the playing surface that I have to say Steve took copious notes on and just enacted it all. Although in his defence, I think he was still putting the boards together the morning of the tournament. It was
I think he was. And then we had the joy of that big cupboard that he built to move them around in the building, but it didn't quite fit on the lift, did it?
Oh, right enough. Yeah, there was a little lift that went down three or four stairs, like a little wheelchair lift, wasn't it?
That's right. And there was like a chain of people handing Crokinole boards up these stairs.
Oh man, I forgot about that. And because we were upstairs.
That's right.
Yeah, so we must have. Was that just up the? Or did that lift work?
It was a fun kind of thing to kind of get everything over there. But yeah, that was a really fun event. AireCon is just always a good time, isn't it? It's a good time generally for gamers anyway with the board gaming. But obviously the Crokinole tournament there just has really, really good vibes, and it's just a really nice opportunity for a lot of people to get introduced, because a number of people that's their first tournament, right? And they've gone on to do other tournaments. The amount of players that would list that, myself included, as their first tournament.
Yes.
Yeah, as their first tournament, and then they've gone on to become, part of the scene, I guess. So I think AireCon's a great one. I'm really looking forward to. We'll discuss it a bit more, but I'm really looking forward to that again in a couple of months' time. It'll be fun.
Yeah, it will
Was
be
that
fun.
was that AireCon event the first one when you split it into two separate groups? There was like an A group and a B group, wasn't there, for that
Yeah, there was like a
that
morning and
one?
afternoon
Yeah.
qualifying rounds. Yes, I've still not.
Okay.
I don't know if we have a firm word in the Crokinole lexicon to describe it. Morning and afternoon session with different people progressing from each, which will be happening again this year.
Yeah, exciting. It worked really well though, didn't it? Because I think the previous year's format ended up being quite not unwieldy, but quite challenging, didn't it, to manage with the number of players? So this way, it was a lot easier, wasn't it? It was a lot slicker and simpler to kind of keep everybody playing and on time and not eat up everybody's day. Because some players, they just want to have a bit of play, don't they? And then go on to do other board games.
Want to rock up, play for an hour and a half, 2 hours, whatever. Thanks very much. I'm off to do other stuff now.
I don't like that decision of which session shall I book myself for. You know, where is Tom going to be? Where's Steve going to be? You know, who can I avoid? That's it. And I always get it wrong. I always end up with the people that beat me. You know, but
I actively look for you. That's my difference.
you're very quickly becoming a bit of a nemesis of mine, Ryan. I have to say.
Oh, that you don't know how much joy that fills my heart with hearing that. No, that's good. I like it. I like the little not rivalries or necessarily, but like the little play. You know, there are certain players that she's just like, I can't get the better of them, or I seem to have their number. You know, there's just the way it is, isn't it? With these sort of games, it's great when that kind of emerges. It's always fun. Yeah, so we had Crokinole AireCon, and then we had the Masters, which was the first full day.
First year of that format, and first year at the Whalley Range Cricket Club in Manchester.
Yeah, and the first full round robin format, which everybody seemed to really enjoy. It was a long day, and we kind of refined that schedule a little bit, I think, for this year's one. But yeah, that was good fun. I was really pleased it worked out the way it did with that one, because obviously it's a little bit of a risk kind of changing it up from what it had been. But I was kind of convinced it would work, and I'm really glad it did.
It was comfortably my favourite event of the year.
You see that about every event, though.
I do, but that one in particular, they're all very, very good. They've all got their own. I love they've all got their own little personalities and things. But that one, it was so relaxed, and to get to play everybody and people I'd seen play before, but I'd never played them, and you knew you were going to get to play them. It was just a fantastic event and such a relaxed atmosphere as well.
It definitely worked well, and I'm pleased to say that we're going back there again this year, because the cricket club really enjoyed having us, and it was really nice at lunchtime to be able to pop outside with your sandwich and just watch a bit of cricket, wasn't it? When there was like a few different tables of us outside just doing that, and that was just felt like it added to the day really. So I'm really pleased, again, that it's worked out well there, and quite how popular that event has proved to be was evident by the fact that it's already sold out. So unfortunately, if you missed out and you're only hearing about it now, I'm really sorry. But do keep an eye just in case someone cannot make it and the ticket does become available. But yeah, it has officially sold out already.
Yeah. Then we wrapped up the season at Expo with the UK Championships.
Yep.
It was an interesting run-in because, Tom winning at AireCon, backing that up with a Masters win, although it was super tight, wasn't it? I seem to remember. There was not much between him and George at the Masters.
No.
And George ultimately winning against Brandon from the US in the final at the UK's, which was a great end to the tour, I thought, because it was almost Tom's going to get a clean sweep. And no offense, Tom, but it was it was nice that someone else won there, and you took you still got your name on the tour trophy. So it was I thought it was quite an exciting end to the season.
That UK's, from a personal point of view, always hold a little special place in my heart because it was my first perfect game in a tournament.
Ooh, well done.
I got to share it with Chris Griffin, who's comes from my Crokinole club as well. So that's great. 1 point each, but what can you do?
My memory of that event is definitely Brandon. I mean, he was quite a big character, and when I saw him sat down, he was wearing a Bad Boy T-shirt. And obviously, as I'm trying to be the Bad Boy of Crokinole, he was wearing this Bad Boy T-shirt. He's such a nice guy, and I imagine in the final, no one wanted him to win. It was brilliant he got there, but everybody wanted George to win, didn't it? It was really tough atmosphere for him, and I think he held it really, really well. And he did give me one of the he has given me one of the Bad Boy T-shirts as well, so I've got to give him
nice.
a big
there
thumbs
we
up
go.
to Brandon.
No, it was really nice to meet him, and he was just like, meet him again because he was there in 2024 as well, wasn't he? Unless my
yes,
memory
yeah, no, he was, yeah,
Was
he was, yep.
So it was nice to actually be able to chat to him a bit properly last year, because I think in 24 I was running about a lot and doing other stuff. And
yeah, no, it was good.
Yeah.
And I think there's a number of Americans who have expressed interest coming over to compete in tournaments here as well for this coming year. So it'll be interesting to see who shows their face. But it's exciting, isn't it, to see that kind of global thing starting to happen where people are actively seeking out opportunities to play elsewhere and so on. Yeah,
and if you can combine that with a bit of a holiday with
why not?
With your family or something, then the
maybe
better.
Don't, as a suggestion, if you're coming to the NEC event, just not for any particular reason, but maybe look a bit further afield than Birmingham for your holiday. Just saying. I'm just saying.
What, the Venice of the North?
It's the Midlands, isn't it? Let's be honest.
Well, as I live nearest to there, I have to concur. It's not the place I go on. Not the place I go on holiday, I have to say.
More canals than Venice. I'm like, yeah, but it is Birmingham. So yeah, no, you'll have a good time though. It'll be good. And then go on.
Then we had the summertime.
Yep.
But instead of just down in Tools and having a rest, Sammy Noor and his pals ran the Leicester event, the King of Croc, so doubles and singles on the same day.
Yep.
A few learning points for them that came out of that, but that's always going to be the case the first time you put on something. And
absolutely.
After that kind of successful test event, if we can call it something like that sounds like there's almost like a strategic plan in place. But after that test event, they've been welcoming the tour this year, which I can foresee similar things happening in the southwest of England next year.
Yeah, definitely. If there's success in Taunton, which I suspect there will be.
And will that be doubles and singles again
at Leicester?
Leicester one?
So, yeah.
Yep.
I believe that he's planning that again this year.
What's interesting about that is that's kind of laying the foundation for there being a little bit of a doubles circuit effectively going on now, isn't there? Because several events now starting to crop up with doubles as well. And I know there's demand for that. People are expressing interest in playing that way. So that's an exciting development. And it's great to see more events with doubles kind of cropping up and getting support as well.
You ran the wee event at Bragdy Cubby.
Yep, in Holyhead.
Yeah,
that unbelievably hot day. Do you remember it was like 33 degrees inside?
Baking.
And I remember that one. That was a cracking one.
Yeah, that was good fun. That was great fun, that event. I really enjoyed that. And it was just so hot.
It was.
It's just so hot. But I'm glad that got some great support, and a lot of local players as well came to that, which was really good to see. And that was a window in for a couple of players I didn't even know existed locally, but had a board and then wanted to kind of get involved with more stuff that was going on up here, which was great. So it was fantastic for that. But that was a really fun day. We had a really nice day actually, just the whole day, didn't we?
Yeah.
And then and then just the event to top it off at the end of the day was really good fun. So I'm really pleased that that got the support it did and it worked out the way it did. Although it would have been nicer if it just been 5 or 10 degrees cooler. But there we go.
It would have been. Or like
it was still great though.
Or a bit of a breeze or something.
It was my first time in Anglesey, and I will certainly be going back. And I'm hoping you're running it again this year, Ryan. Is that a chance?
There might be. Let's see what happens.
Okay.
I'll have to see about, but yeah, there's always a possibility. I know the brewery would be more than happy to have us back. I think if we do it again this year, I've got a few things I'd tweak. So I think we'd start a little bit earlier just to make sure that we were a bit rushed on time towards the end, and I feel like it would have been nice to have just been a little bit more relaxed. And there's no reason why we couldn't start a bit earlier because we started quite late into the evening. Really, we started gone 6 p.m. There's no reason why we couldn't start at 4:30, something like that, which would just give us that little bit more leeway. But yeah, we'll kind of see. So keep an eye out on the website. That will get posted if it is going to happen.
Good.
Summertime as well led to the because we didn't have anything to talk about in the podcast because there was no real tournaments happening. There was the odd little thing here and there, Leicester and Holyhead, but no tour events to get our teeth into. So we set up a series of interviews. So we first of all, we had Steve Mellors on talking about his Kickstarter that was live at the time. I think I'm right in saying, or it was just about to go live.
Yep.
Which he met all his targets, and I think he was very happy with. So it was great to hear his reflections on his jump from kind of corporate world into self-employment and wood. And there was a few kind of things that he said about that just kind of really, really stuck and resonated with me, I thought. Also, we had the one, the only Jeremy Tracy on, which was just a hilarious conversation. I don't know if we actually talked about Crokinole that much.
I think enough for sure.
Just enough to
we did
frame
say
it as a Crokinole podcast.
Yeah, I do remember when I messaged him asking if he'd be interested and saying, "Oh, we'll only take an hour of your time," and it ended up being what, hour and 45 minutes long, I think.
I think it's possibly the longest episode we've ever done. Full
stop.
I
know it definitely is that. But it was brilliant. It was such a pleasure to talk to, and I've had great feedback about that episode in general, just because I think it gave people a bit of a window into him. Although he's I know he's a upfront kind of big personality, and a lot of people, but it just gave like a slightly different. It was just nice to have a chat with him, wasn't it? You can just see why he's he garners a lot of following and interest in what it is that he's doing, because he's a very charismatic and interesting person, isn't he?
Yeah.
It was a pleasure to talk to him, to be honest.
It was good fun, that one.
Yeah.
And James, your wife, Helen, and I interviewed Michel Cloutier.
Yes.
Crokinole's most preeminent author, I think I called him.
Only? No, sorry.
And again, I thought that was fascinating. And Michelle and I have kind of stayed in touch, and we ping messages back and forth every week about ice hockey.
Oh, nice. Nice. Yeah, it was really fun for me being able to listen to that as well, not being part of the actual interview, and then just go in and listen to it. Yeah, it was really fascinating, kind of hearing his process and kind of what motivated him to kind of get going with it, and then to add his second book and kind of all these different things. Yeah, fascinating.
And the pitch nut subject cropped up, didn't it? And
of course it did.
Matt Prowse, took that in, ran with it, and made some pitch nut boards, which I've got one behind me now, which I haven't even played on yet, but I'm quite looking forward to playing that. It's that was an excellent podcast. That one.
Are you saying that Matt Prowse had a random idea and then just started doing it? That doesn't sound like him. That doesn't sound like him at all.
There's a big competition for the nicest person in Crokinole, and I think Matt Prowse is certainly in the running for the nicest person in Crokinole, I have to say.
He's got a chance, hasn't he? He's got a chance.
End of the show.
Well, what do they say? It's just you just want to be part of the conversation, don't you? And I think no one here is.
No.
I think you are, Terry. I think you are, Terry, to be fair.
Steady on.
I don't think you can ever be the nicest if you're the organizer, do they? Because everyone sees that you as like the teacher, basically, don't they? They've got respect for you, but they don't really like. No, I'm joking.
What else happened in the summer? There was something else I was going to mention there. Of course, the joint Pinky award-winning International Crokinole Day.
Oh yeah. Yeah, of course. God, that does feel like ages ago. And I know that's not as so somehow that feels further back than the things we've been discussing. But yeah, that was fun. All the silly ideas that people were coming up with. I still think that obviously playing up a mountain is never going to be beaten, but that we'll give that as an exception. That's like a standalone thing. My favorite photo of the day was you guys with the bridge.
Oh, at the fourth bridge.
Yeah, the fourth bridge, because it just looked, because the sun was like the perfect angle for the sunshine. It just looked fantastic. I was very jealous because I did my little jaunt around the castles, but it wasn't sunny, so it was a bit like, oh, okay, everything's grey.
We had such a beautiful day for it, which just really helped, and it was just quite cool sitting on that little fold up chair and table on the pier by the fourth bridge. Yeah. With kind of random tourists coming up to us and asking us what the hell we're doing.
Yeah, that's right.
Andrew McMillan producing a bottle of rather nice whiskey and giving us a wee dram before we headed off to the pub.
Yeah, lovely. That sounds good. Have you got plans for this year's one?
That's quite a long way away.
Yeah, that is an answer that fills me with much joy because I'm exactly the same feeling. So
it's quite a long way away.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'll I'm sure I've got it within the old grey matter that still exists there to come up with a stupid idea or two.
Yeah,
I seem to remember you talking before. It doesn't fall on a weekend for many, many years, does it? Is it always a weekday? It's a Thursday, isn't it?
It's Thursday this year, Friday next year, and then because of the leap year, it'll be Sunday. So we miss the Saturday.
So a tournament is not easy to do on a
no. We'll figure something out.
Hmm.
Maybe there'll be a Friday evening one. Who knows? If it's at the brewery, James, I know you'll be there, so maybe I'll try that.
Certainly will. Certainly will.
Yeah, that was really good. And just a quick note to the Pink Shirt podcast. Obviously, they gave out their awards for last year, and the International Crokinole Day was voted as one of the award winners, wasn't it?
It was. I think a joint award winner with the Northeast Crokinole Tour.
I think so. Yeah, Crokinole Tour, Crokinole Circuit, or whatever it's called.
But with ours being International Crokinole Day, obviously international trumps, a local thing. That's just the pecking order. I don't make the rules up on this case. I might have. So yeah, I'm claiming that one for us.
One thing I know about Americans is that they will definitely agree with that concept.
I was thinking the same thing. I have to say, you're sounding very Trump-like then, Terry.
And that's very that's quite mean of me actually, because I must know a couple of the players from that circuit, but anyway, they'll take a dig. I'm sure they'll enjoy it.
Yeah, we'll have to.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Till they start their own podcast, and then they start having a go at us, which I'll be like, yeah, fair enough.
Not before time.
Yeah.
And then we rolled round into year number 3 or the third Crokinole UK Tour.
Yeah.
Which we're running over, as we've been over before, a year and a bit. It's going to be 10 events this season, rather. But we're halfway through. Are we halfway through?
We are 3 down.
3 down. We're not halfway through.
We're not halfway. We're 30%.
Wishful thinking.
Yeah. Postmasters will be halfway.
Still loads to go.
Yeah. Postmasters will be halfway. So, yeah, no, it's good. And Scotland was a lot of fun, which was the first event of the year. That was really good. And managed to pick up a sneaky B pool win there. So that was my first proper little bit of silverware, I guess.
Was that your first visit to the Scottish Grand Prix? I thought it was.
It was, yeah. So that was good fun. I really enjoyed it. It was nice. It was a good laugh. That whole convention weekend actually was good fun. We had fun playing games on the Sunday as well, didn't we, James, actually?
I'm sure we did. Again, I'll hark back to my memory. Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. I think we did. Yeah, I think we did.
No, we did. You take my word for it, we did.
Okay.
You taught us Concordia.
Oh, did I?
You did.
Okay. Yeah, it's a good little game. Well, good medium-sized game.
Yeah, that was good fun. Yeah, so Scotland was great, and I'm hoping to get back up. And I've been speaking to a couple of guys down here actually about getting maybe a little car party to go up for next one. So hopefully won't be flying for solo, which will be nice.
Nice.
Yeah. And you'll be pleased to hear of more players, Terry.
Always good. We've got room to grow there.
Yeah,
definitely room to grow.
Yeah.
I think one of the most notable things of 2025 for me was it seemed in the UK to be the year that Crokinole clubs started to take off. Because although there's been, kind of sporadic outbursts of Crokinole related activity in various pockets across the country, I'm sure someone will correct me if I'm wrong, but it really seemed that last year more and more local clubs just started to get together.
No, definitely. You could see it. You could see it as part of the Facebook group. But you just from what everyone was saying, you could see it. And if it wasn't that if people didn't manage to get one started last year, they were planning for getting their one started this year. They were asking questions from those who had started. How did you go about it? Where did you get your venue? that kind of thing. So it's definitely kind of set the groundwork for the concept of running a club, and it's being born out of players from the tour, right? They're creating clubs around their local vicinity, partly to help themselves play more, which obviously they enjoy, but I think mostly to get more people playing. That seems to be the general consensus with it. It's clubs are there to use as social things as well as opportunities to play Crokinole. So I think that's a really nice thing. And obviously, James, you've had much success, haven't you, with Evesham, which is the one you've set up?
Yeah, I've been thinking about it for a long, long time, and it really needed Helen to really drive it. And since she sorted that location, we found a lovely location. I had a lot of people I sort of knew already through another game or sport I play called pickleball. So we invited a lot of those, and it's proved to be incredibly popular, and we're really enjoying it. And I have to say thank you to you, Ryan, as well, for designing our wonderful logo for the club.
Yeah, no, it's really good to hear that. So where do you meet and when do you meet?
We meet the second Wednesday of every month, and I think it might change at some point. But at the moment, it's the second Wednesday every month. It's a very social gathering, and we meet at one of these places. Ours is called Auto Lounge. Now, my understanding is there is a something lounge in most towns, and it's like a bar, cafe, restaurant type thing. And they're very good with us. They let us have the whole of upstairs if we want it. They don't expect us to buy any drinks or food or anything, and they've been very welcoming. And it's been a joy, really.
Oh, that's awesome. Excellent. So if you're in that area, if you're in that part of the world, be sure to go and check out the Evesham Crokinole Club, because I'm sure James would love the pressure of having more players and not enough boards.
Yeah. Our latest member is the guy that was at St Albans, actually, if you remember him, the Canadian Andy, who turned up with his grandfather's Crokinole board.
Yes.
He popped in to see us last week, and that was a real joy. Joy.
I've got some stuff to say about Andy for sure. All positive, but I've definitely got, when we do our St Albans review, I've got some stuff to say about Andy.
Yeah, I got a couple of pictures of that. The date on the back was like 36 or 1936 or 1938. I
think. Yeah, it was something like that. Yeah,
pre-war.
Yeah.
So I took a couple of photos of that and sent them to Michel in Quebec, and he was like, was just, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, and I love it how you could see where it'd been repaired over the years and different things. And he said, I think it said it was his brother had put like 2 long screws in it that had gone through the bottom and all this kind of stuff, and it was just so much character to it.
And the original buttons for it.
The original buttons for it, and the original price on the back as well, which I think was something like $3.50 or something mad like that. Which just feels crazy, doesn't it?
Well, that's throwing down the gauntlet to Steve Miller, Benny Tracy.
Where's the budget board?
Even to the Matt Prowses of this world. And I have to. I've just realised as well, because I said 2025 was the birth of Crokinole clubs, or what seemed to be. And I've now just been hearing Matt Prowse's voice in my head going, "Well, come on, Terry, we were doing it," and which, fair play. He's been running kind of Crokinole events up and Crookie on a regular basis for time immemorial, it seems, these days.
Everyone else was just catching up.
That's it. Yeah. Matt sets the trend, everyone else follows.
That's it. Absolutely. So post Scotland, obviously we had Wrexham, which was, again, that would just ran like oil off a pan, that did. It was so slick and smooth. It was just... I almost, to be honest, by the end of the day, I sort of turned around. I was tired because obviously there's a lot of work and everything, but I sort of turned around and went, "God, that was a bit of a breeze, really." And that's down to the players. Fundamentally, the players at the event just make running it an absolute dream. And it was just, that seemed to work really, really well. And again, great turnout, good variety of players, good variety of skills, and lots of really good Crokinole being played, which is what you want to see. But I really enjoyed that, even if it was a bit stressful.
Yeah, Wrexham. I'm struggling to remember. I can't remember if I was.
You did not have the best of days.
I didn't have a good day.
It wasn't your
Because
finest.
last season I finished 5th at it, and I was just like, that's it. Here we go. Go. That's more like it, Terry. Come on, you can do that. And I think I was lucky to get into the top 30.
I think you played the final for the C pool against Mark Paddington.
Yes, I did, and I've even got my little coaster as it's now become.
Yeah,
which I managed to put a big dent in my suitcase on the way home.
Ah, fair enough. It dented your suitcase, or the suitcase dented
it? Well, to be fair, I think it was in my rucksack, and it probably just got stuffed in the back of the car.
Yeah. Well, I've got the big trophy here.
Look at you.
It's not mine, but they sent us a spare one for some reason. So,
nice.
Now it looks like I've won the Crokinole tournament, and I'm not going to correct anyone.
You can just update the year on it in chalk as well.
Yeah. Crokinole, Wales Crokinole Clash Organiser 2025.
There we go.
And then, of course, the final event of the year is in Auburn. So should we talk about it? Because obviously we haven't covered that on the podcast yet.
Yeah, so we can go in a bit deeper in that.
Yeah.
I'll give you my reflections now while James struggles to remember anything. I think I did kind of. No, we played doubles together, Ryan.
Yeah, it's sort of doubles because that's where James was as well.
Yeah, we had a really good start to the day. Like our first few games, we were like really, really doing well, and then the wheels came off just in the second last game or something.
Yeah, I mean, you say the wheels came off, but I think it probably averaged out to about where we were playing. I think we definitely did a lot better than the previous year. The previous year, I think we both really struggled to kind of get into any kind of rhythm. But this year, we definitely found it a bit more together, and we were choosing good shots. Whether or not we were completing those good shots is irrelevant. We were choosing the right ones. And I felt like it was a much better... Yeah, I feel like we just found our rhythm a bit quicker this year, and so we sort of settled into it. Yeah, we did have a couple of games where we sort of struggled, but then I think the nature of doubles is it's going to be a bit like that, and you could see the players who were more used to playing that format or were more used to playing together kind of emerging a little bit. But I still think we had a lot of good fun. We got to crack out the Hogan's Alley shirts again, which is always a joy. Well, it's a bit tight. Feeling a bit tight this year, so I've lost a bit of weight since then because that motivated me a little bit. But we had the pleasure of playing one Mr. Ian Witt and one Mr. James Temby in our very first match, didn't we?
Yeah, that set the tone.
I was going to say, I think that was probably your highlight of the doubles tournament, because me and Ian were a little bit slow to start. I think you beat us in that first game. But then we got better and better, actually. And Ian, we're quite similar players, me and Ian. We're both capable of occasionally some really good shots, but we can also make some really nightmarish shots as well. But it was a joy to play with Ian, I have to say. I've been looking forward to playing with him for a long time because he's just good fun.
Yeah. Yeah, so of course, you played with Ian. You snubbed your wife. Who was there? I
did. It took a bit of negotiating, but yeah, we managed to do it. She was with Sam, I assume. Again, she quite often partners Sam, and I think she was. Yeah, I think she's with Sam at the upcoming tournament, the Taunton tournament coming up as well. But no, St Albans, the doubles was brilliant. We played some great partners. Some great teams. Particularly, I have to say, Mark Thurling, or Jack, as we all know him, with his wife. That was an excellent game, and she was, really good considering she was filling the shoes of the man Brian Cook.
Yeah, we didn't get a chance to play against them, did we, Terry? I don't think.
I don't think so.
No, but yeah, she did, because I think Brian couldn't make it at relatively short notice, so she stepped in, didn't she, to partner Mark, which is great. And there was always just a lot of fun teams at the doubles. There was a few people who were sort of in their first or second tournament. There was a couple of like young couples playing and stuff like that. It just has really fun vibes, I think, the doubles. There's not quite the pressure on it as the singles is there to perform. So I think it always lends itself to having a bit of a good time. Probably shouldn't be saying this while Terry's looking at me because he's thinking, yeah, that's why we didn't do so well. Thanks, Ryan. I don't care where we finish, Terry. That's the problem.
I think we both carried each other at certain points during that.
Yeah, Well, that's what a good team does, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so that was good. It was good fun, and we did sneak through to the A pool, didn't we?
I think
we were 8th out of 8 that needed to get in there.
I think that was about right.
Which meant we had to play the number 1 seeds, which was.
But we gave them a game.
Yeah, do you know what? I think on another day.
What was a race to 7?
Yeah, and I think on another day.
And we were like, there was 1 or 2 shots. If we made them, then it would have been tied at 5 each.
Yeah, I think it was 5-3, wasn't it? And I think it was like 1. Yeah, I think on another day we might have wangled a 5-all. I still think they probably would have won.
On another day, they might have wangled an 8-0.
Yeah, true, true. But that was actually really good, and that kind of, even though we obviously that stopped our progress, it did feel good to kind of go off on a game where, and to be fair, both George and Tom said like, they felt under pressure in that one, which was good because that probably set them up because they went on to win it, and I think that set them up well to.
So we're just kind of Crokinole double coaches extraordinaire.
Yeah. We're the pace setters for the marathon, We're like the
Emil Zatopek.
Yeah, exactly. We're the ones that make sure they win. So that was good. It was good fun, and obviously before we go into the singles, Mike and his team, his family who run it, just exceptional as always.
Yeah,
immaculate operation that they've got going there now, and really the venue just works really well, doesn't it?
Yep, and still room to grow there, even in that room, before even overspill into the other room.
Yeah.
So the future looks bright there.
Yep, and that will set the. If we end up with a proper doubles circuit going on, that will probably be that's going to be the pinnacle, isn't it? That's going to be the one that maintains the kind of final spot. So if we end up with a tour going for doubles, that will be the place to finish, which will be exciting.
I heard some rumours about St Albans maybe splitting into a weekend event. Is there any truth to that, or with singles and doubles on different days? No? Okay.
But I think it's one of those things. If it continues to grow, then Mike knows that venue has that potential. That he can book it for the full weekend, and it could be split. With singles one day, doubles the other, whichever way round makes sense.
I think it's the event that could do it. The location works, doesn't it? You can have a weekend there. It's it does work. I'm not sure how I think about it. I think I'd like it, but Yeah,
and I think that now it's going to be the place for the UK doubles and singles championship. It might warrant that. So we'll see. Demand will dictate that, and obviously the availability of Mike and his family to run it, because obviously they do that out of the goodness of their heart to make sure it happens, and they're then committing another whole day to it as well. So, but if the demand's there, then that will dictate.
Yeah, build it and they will come.
Yeah, absolutely. So should we talk singles a little bit?
Yeah, let's go for the singles. I actually took photographs of my score sheets because I knew we might not talk about it for a while, and I would just be mystified about what the hell happened. So looking at it, I kind of did okay at times, and then terrible at times, and ended up in the C pool, which happens. But 1, 2, 3, 4, it was a 7. Oh God, maths is deserting me.
I think with the standard today, the C pool's the new B pool, surely.
Yeah, 35 points from 7 games.
Okay.
Got me into the C.
35 from 7. So it's an average of 5 points a game.
So out of a total 56, isn't it?
Yeah, something like that.
7's 56. That sounds about right, doesn't it?
And that was C pool.
Yeah.
That got me into the C pool. 35 points from 7 games.
Yeah, wow, okay. Yeah, that
scored less in the C pool and ended up in the final.
Yeah, it's a funny old thing in the way it goes. I guess that's the draw, isn't it? Because you do end up against players who are in that next bracket above, and then you end up with players below, right?
Yeah.
That's what makes the round robin format fun, though, isn't it? It makes it exciting and interesting because you could always come up against someone who you think, oh, they're going to beat me, and then you manage to, pull something out of the bag, and vice versa as well. It's the way it goes.
Yeah. But looking at that kind of sea pool in the afternoon, a lot of draws, like 3 draws in that. That's over 8 games is a fair chunk.
Yeah.
A fair chunk. But yeah, it was lovely to play a final against Mark Paddington, Padre Padders, the man with many names. And yeah, I can't remember a thing about it, but it might have been close. It might not have been. Mark probably deserved to win.
Was that at St Albans then? Is that what we're talking about?
I think that was
an absolute rot.
I was going to say because I thought you were in a final with him at Wrexham.
No,
I thought that was a hell of a coincidence.
No, I was nowhere near a final. I was nowhere near a final. What am I on about? Talking absolute minutes. that was Wrexham, which we just talked about. There we go. My memory's doing well in 2026.
It was messed with my memory, so I thought, well, I can remember that, but I wasn't there. Okay.
Of course, because you dove away at
I'll quickly get in. We went only for the doubles, and we went because we really love the St Albans event, but also I think me and Helen are still the only players to have been to every UK Tour event so far.
Yep.
So we didn't want to miss it. So we were there for the doubles.
The Iron Man, Iron Lady streak.
Yeah, we were there for the doubles, but we couldn't stay for the singles. And I was in reasonable form as well, so I was gutted. But there we are.
I think you came 27th overall at St Albans, Terry.
There we go.
Which I think that places you right bang in the middle, because I think there were 54 or 56 players.
I definitely felt very average.
Yeah, it was interesting. I played quite well in the afternoon, actually. I felt like, I don't know, I've really struggled at St Albans in the past. The previous 2, I felt really off my game. I don't know what it has been, but this time I felt a lot more on it, and I felt a lot more present, which was good. And I managed to pull out a 12th place, which I think, considering the standard of the players that were there, I was quite pleased at, because that's actually my best finish at a tour event.
Nice.
So yeah, I managed to sneak into the A pool, which is great as well, because I haven't done that before. So I ended up playing a lot of players who have not, similar to what you were saying earlier, James, not either played before or very rarely played. So that was interesting. And then I just ran out of energy a little bit for the last couple of matches, but I think I could have wangled a top 8, into the quarterfinals if I'd have just hadn't sunk at the last couple of games. I don't think I needed a lot of points. Everyone was very close together there, as you'd expect for that kind of level. But yeah, some great play, and just fun to play all those players, and just pitch yourself against the ones who are really good. Try and work yourself into being a better player. It's good fun. But yeah, I was pretty pleased with that performance, to be fair. I've definitely played worse.
There we go. That's the last time I ever take photographs of score sheets. It didn't help my memory at all. It's just wasted storage somewhere.
I thought we said we'd talk about Andy a little bit. So Andy, who's from Canada, Andy Ransbury, he randomly phoned me last summer and was just like, "Oh, I've seen you help run the Crokinole UK website. I didn't realize Crokinole was a thing here in the UK. I thought it was something from back home." And proceeded to tell me his story about, his grandfather's board and coming back and forth and making boards and playing them with he coaches basketball, so he plays with his basketball teams and all these different things that he proceeded to tell me. I was like, "Oh, come along to one of the events." Anyway, I hadn't seen his name crop up for a while. I was like, "Oh, that's a shame." So I just dropped him a message, say, "Oh, by the way, don't forget you can book tickets for the events here." And there he is at St Albans. And he brought along, obviously, his grandfather's board, as we mentioned, the old board. Yeah. But he also brought, which was fascinating to me, a board that he'd made that was had a metal rim. And the reason behind it was that he makes those for youth clubs so that they don't get absolutely battered, but also they're weighed down on the table so they don't get knocked off the table or anything like that, which I thought was a stroke of genius. Like, I don't understand how he goes about doing it, but it absolute stroke of genius for kind of creating something that was much more hardy. And it looked like it would have played really, really well. So yeah, Andy's definitely a great addition. I'm glad he's coming to more events and stuff. He's going to be a lot of fun, I think, to hear more and more about, Crokinole, what it means to him and growing up and stuff like that. He's probably a future podcast guest, actually, thinking about it. But yeah, that was great to kind of get a chance to meet him properly.
Yeah, really nice guy. Yeah, it was lovely. I spent a bit of time chatting to him, kind of either in the fringes of the doubles or when that had finished and the little gap in between.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, good lad. And yeah, hopefully we'll see him at some other events in the future. Has he signed up for anything, do you know?
I think so.
And he's a member now of the Evesham Crokinole Club, as I may have said earlier. So hopefully we'll see a little bit more of him. He is a joy, honestly. He's really good and great company. I think he'd be a great guest on the podcast, I have to say. He can talk.
Hey, that's what we like. So yeah, I think overall though, St Albans, again, fantastic event. It'll be really exciting to see it as being the UK Championships next year, to give it even more weight and gravitas, and yeah, it's going to be really good. But I think the big commendation, as always, just goes to the team that run it, because I think just exceptional. And shout out to Mike as well, because he plays and runs it, which we know as organisers is no small feat, but especially when it's an event of that size. He did really well, and he had to adjust on the day as well for some people who sadly couldn't make it. So yeah, and he did a great job. So,
and he manages to still play well.
Yeah, yeah, he's still top 10. It's like, okay, it's annoying, isn't it? But there we go.
It's never happened to me running one.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. So 2025, good year all round. Would you say so, James?
Oh, absolutely. I think you've said it all before. The standard is just getting higher and higher, particularly in that second band of players, which are good players, and they can be better. There's a tranche of players in that mix now, which makes every game, really tough. And it's just a good crowd. I mean, one of the frustrating things for me now, there's some people there, and I will mention a couple, people like Jason and Mark Paddington, who I would love to spend more time with if I could. If they lived near me, I would be spending more time with these people. They're wonderful people, and I'm lucky I get to see them at the Crokinole events. But I'd like to see more of them. It's the people are a joy.
So stay tuned for the next episode of this bromance simmering away in the background of Crokinole UK.
I could have a few bromances with some of the Crokinole players, I have to say.
I wonder if that's a new marketing angle for our stuff. It's like, make friends, or maybe more. We're not going to judge. You've got a shared interest already. Yeah, no, it's really good, and yeah, I think just the standout for me from last year is, like you say, the quality rising, and just feel like everything was just stepped up a gear. More interest, more people, bigger events, more events, and I think it's just continuing into this year, which is exciting.
Yeah.
Cool. So we've got a couple of events coming up. Let's quickly preview. I mean, Taunton is sold out officially at the moment, isn't it? I think based off what the Harry has been saying to us today.
Yeah, I think, in fact, I had the numbers in front of me a minute ago, but then I, of course, closed that window because I'm stupid. They have 17 teams for the doubles.
Brilliant.
And 36 players for the singles. So that's a solid field.
Yeah, that's a great turnout.
I think Harry was saying that they're going to, just pool ticket sales while they figure out, can we actually
accommodate that many people? Yeah,
accommodate more people.
Yeah,
I think, and just so they can get their head around organising the exact number of boards that they need.
Yeah,
and kind of deciding on a format for the event.
Yeah,
or the events, because it's singles and doubles.
I think they'll smash it, and I'm sure it'll be very good. But keep an eye out, because I'm sure that there'll be feedback from the day on the Facebook group. So keep an eye out for any pictures or people just commenting about what's going on. Might even be some video. You never know. George is there.
James back on to talk about his experience there.
Yeah.
Who are you partnering with?
I've had to drop Helen again. Helen will be with Sam Robinson.
Had to. You notice he said had to.
I've had to settle for. He's a bit of a straggler. He couldn't find a partner. George McCarthy. I'll be partnering.
Nice.
Officer McCluskey.
You know, yeah, so it puts a bit of pressure on actually, because I think, we should have a chance.
I think you will.
The other, the robots will obviously put up quite a challenge, but
yeah, but
they're
organising. They're organising,
Yeah.
you see, so their head won't be fully in it.
Yeah, I think George will be expecting to take that one home, so hopefully I can help him do it. We'll see.
Nice.
And there should be a good contingent from not just the southwest of England, but also South Wales, because it's not a million miles away for Steve and Joe and the rest of the gang from down there.
Nice to see an event happening in a part of the country where it's not happened before. I know Ian's run something small in Taunton or in that kind of area before, but this is like a proper tournament and everything, and I think that's great because, like we've said before, and I'm kind of a bit of a broken record, but one of the things that Crokinole UK always wanted to do was to make sure it was UK, like it was wide, it went everywhere. And several people have already mentioned the fact that they like the fact it's not just all centralised around London or something like that, which a lot of things end up being. But it's great, and the only way that can happen is by people volunteering to do events at other places where we're not, and the Rowe brothers stepping up to do that is great. I think it's only good for Crokinole, isn't it?
Definitely.
Yeah, I've got no doubt they'll run it really well. So there we go. So AireCon then, the next tour event.
AireCon, the next tour event. So when did we decide it was happening? The 13th, 14th, 15th of...
Yeah, the 14th of March.
Of March. And
it's going to be a Hogan's Alley operation.
It is going to be a Hogan's Alley operation. Me and you tag teaming the morning and afternoon sessions.
Yeah, I'm going to leave that off the poster because I don't want to put people off.
And we're moving away from our regular spot where the AireCon Crokinole Classic has been since its inception, which was up in the Queen Suite balcony in the convention centre. And we're moving a couple of hundred yards away, or a couple hundred metres away, to the Hilton Hotel in the billiard room there. So that's where we're going to be this year round.
Yeah, nice. It's going to feel really plush, isn't it?
I hope so.
Carpet.
I think Crokinole and that kind of hotel function environment is exactly where it should be played. Someone a bit comfortable.
Yeah.
That's
the middle age in us talking when you say stuff like that. 100%.
I think it could be really good. I think that's a perfect matchup, I have to say.
Yeah, the food trucks are all going to be by the Hilton. There's of course a bar in the Hilton. So
I really like the
your £8.50 for your pint of terrible Carling lager or whatever the flavour of the month these days is.
I really liked the balcony. The only downside I felt like it had was with those big windows on the far side, if it was sunny, it would blind you quite badly in the afternoon.
I don't think the sun rises that high in March in Harrogate.
Oh, it definitely had done. It definitely did last year. Yeah, it was definitely a bit of an issue last year. But I think moving it over to the hotel, I think it's just going to make it a little bit easier. It'll be a bit calmer in that area. It'll be nice. I think that will feel like it'll feel a bit more like our space, I think.
Yeah.
Which would be nice.
Yeah. Once more, Steve Mellors is supplying all the boards for that event. Brilliant. So I think we have a hard player cap of 104 players. So it's the same layout as Expo in that it's 4 groups of 13.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Per session.
Yep. Excellent.
It'd
be great if we hit that.
It's going to be a tight cut this year. Just with kind of time that we've got, everything else, I think it's, we're going to have to be, it's going to be quite a ruthless cut. Possibly only 2 from each group going through.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well,
got to be in it to win it.
Yeah. That gives it its own identity. That's what we said with all these events. We want to make it feel like that. That'd be amazing if we can hit triple figures, though. That would be absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
And also, that will serve Ian right for leaving, wouldn't it? I will drop it one day. Probably when I leave.
So that's next up on the the calendar for us.
tickets are available on the AireCon website. You will need a ticket for the actual event, so for AireCon itself, but you don't need a weekend. You can buy just a Saturday ticket, which I believe is about £20, and then it's £5, I think, to take part in the Crokinole.
I think that's correct.
Yeah.
But Mark was very clear when I was in discussion from them. Just because it's in the Hilton, people will need a ticket for the convention.
Yes.
So I presume there'll be,
there'll be checks and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, bear that in mind. Also, if you've got the morning session and you're traveling up on the day, bear in mind that there are things like bag checks and stuff like that before you go in. So make sure you get there with enough time to get into the venue in time for the tournament to start. So I know that can catch people out a little bit because there's queues obviously to get in the morning. So make sure you give yourself plenty of time to do that.
I don't know.
They're taking security
what that's
very
going to be
seriously,
like
which is good.
I don't know what that's going to be like at the Hilton.
It'll be a bit quieter, won't it? I think. But just to be sure, just in case, you don't want to get caught up in that because they take their security very seriously, which obviously we all appreciate as attendees at these things. But yeah, don't get caught up because I think a couple of people it caught them out last year and they were sort of legging it to the tournament to get there in time. So no, it's a lot of fun. I really like AireCon. I like AireCon as a whole event. It's just a great vibe in it.
Gives me an excuse to go up to Major Tom's for a pizza and some beautiful beer up there.
Hey, we might even... Actually, I haven't spoken to Jason yet, but I should probably see if anyone feels up for doing Blood on the Croc Tower again.
Oh, yeah, of course.
So I can get stabbed on the first day again.
Oh, there we go. Just consider yourself asked, Jason.
Yeah. I'll wait for the text. No, awesome. No, I'm really looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the rest of this year as well. But it's kind of good to reflect, but I'm excited to see kind of where things go.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Well, that's it from me. I don't have anything more, I think, that I've wanted to speak about.
I'm pretty good from there as well, I think. I think it's covered it. If they've listened for this long, we appreciate it. Oh, yeah. I should say the subscribe, share, the usual stuff, but you guys know what to do. We'd really appreciate it. The number of listeners has been sneaking up, actually, I have noticed over the last few episodes, so we really appreciate that. We are thankful for anyone who bothers to listen to this. We appreciate your time. But yeah, continue to share it and thank you.
It's nice not screaming into the void.
Yeah.
Or just screaming into the void.
And thank you, James, for coming along. We really appreciate you joining us.
Thank you. And thanks for not bringing up my 2022 Scottish Grand Prix win because I'm getting fed up of fielding questions on that. I'm glad we didn't focus on that too much. That's good.
Well, anything that we can do just to ease the burden on you, that's fine.
How they do on certain things, different channels or on YouTube and stuff like that. They do their things like predictions for the year.
Yeah.
And they'll do like ones that are serious, and then they'll do like some outlandish ones to kind of see what they come up with. I think a Bebop tournament win would have been on my list for 2026.
Yeah.
Yeah, in which category? Yeah, maybe we'll see.
I'm not defining that. No. But no pressure though.
Yeah, it would be nice.
You're going to be torn now between winning and proving me right.
Yeah. Yeah. That is tricky. That is difficult. I'll take the win, I think, if I could get one.
I think that's the right choice.
It would need a perfect storm for it to happen, though. There would need to be some car sickness and food poisoning on certain players before I rose to the top.
A bit like Lasagna Gate when all the Spurs team got really ill and Arsenal battered them or something. Yeah. Watch out if you're at the Masters the night before.
Take pre-packaged food only.
Yeah. No, it's been a pleasure chatting. And as always, catching up with you, Terry, is always a joy.
Okay. We shall leave it there. We'll see, hopefully, some of you at AireCon. Hopefully, some others of you at the Masters. And keep on watching the space for what happens further down the line.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Drop board swings, cause you ain't no shape serious. What they get is a fashion. My don't know my what this is. You're right. She was missing the home in the valley.